What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. Got my guys in here. I finally got Jim back in the mix. Clayton on here today, man.
Got the confetti.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim, you're gonna
Actually,
have to show me how to do that. How to do that, those special effects, man. But
Dang, he got the court behind him too.
I told him that's the Minnesota Lynx.
That's the Lynx court, and he got the Lynx jersey on. Is that the Lynx?
Yeah.
Hey, so Clayton, this shirt, I was telling Mike earlier, we were at the game last Sunday up in Minneapolis, and it's like third quarter, and we're just sitting up there. So where this picture's taken from, I'm about 20 seats in front of this, right?
Okay.
Right. But basically the same section, and you know when they come out and they're throwing the t-shirts and stuff. Well, the mascot Prowl comes out with the cannon, starts shooting up into the upper deck. Yeah, and the gal is loading up his cannon, and he points it right at our section. And my wife said, "He's shooting it right at you." Came right to me, and this is
oh, that's dope. That's nice. Yeah. Shot it right at you.
Right at you.
Yeah.
It was fun.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know them Indiana Fever fans gonna run you off here though, man.
we were
them Caitlin Clark fans gonna run you off.
Yeah. What's up, Tom? Good morning, man. How you doing today?
Yes, indeed. Good morning.
Yeah. No doubt.
Blessings.
Blessings, no doubt. Hey, let's get into that. Did y'all watch that game? Ohio State, Texas.
Yeah.
Now, what y'all think of that game? Arch Manning, particularly, what y'all think?
That's a tough task coming out early in the season up against that Ohio State.
Yeah.
And that's just, man, you gotta give a young dude like that some warm up, man. They throw him to the Lions.
Yep, that's exactly what they did. Going right to the Lions.
That's the same thing I was thinking, man. I'm like, first game out, you going against Ohio State, and people already throwing Arch Manning under the bus, talking about he a fraud, right? I was like, whoa, hold up now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, that's premature. He played terrible, but that's premature.
Yeah, man. I'm like, one game against Ohio State. Yeah.
And as bad as he played, his passing percentage and stuff wasn't bad. Like, I think he went close, like something for 30. I think he almost had 18 completions or something like that for 30. That ain't bad,
Yeah.
He got one TD. He threw a pick, but like you said, Ohio State come in ranked number 3 in the country, and they the national champions. Right.
Yeah.
And that coach, what's his name, Day? He ain't nothing to play with, So yeah, I was gonna throw him out. Yeah, but I just said, man, that was a bad debut for the kid, boy.
Yeah. It was. So Tom said Arch Manning is not Sanders, and I'll leave it at that.
Hey, Tom, I want to ask Tom something. He talking about Shedeur Sanders? He's not Shedeur Sanders? That's probably what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
I like to see Shedeur Sanders play Ohio State when he was in college.
Yeah.
Shedeur ain't have to face no top team, no top, national champion type teams. What did he say?
Well, he did say I had Ohio State winning. Maybe if they was in Texas, the outcome would have been a little different. I don't think it would have been different in Ohio, like you said, they ranked number 3.
Yeah.
I just think that, like y'all said, you want to get this kid some warm up. You want him to play Bethune Cookman or somebody. You know what I mean? But you throw him out there to Ohio State. man. If I'm Arch Manning, I'm mad. I mean, if I'm
Well,
Archie Manning, I'm mad.
well, those teams like that, these teams are vying for national championship type stuff.
Yeah.
So they have to have a strong schedule. They don't pad. They try not to pad their schedule with weak opponents too often. Because they looking to try to play for the national
Big
championship.
picture, yeah.
Yeah. So they say, yeah, but I don't care what y'all are saying on that panel. He's getting the benefit of the doubt because he's part of the Manning family, especially with those sports media. And so I think the same way people, we have expectations for the Manning kid. I mean, for Sanders and his kids, I think, like they from that tree, from Deion Sanders' tree. So people was like, okay, that's gonna be they the sons, they're gonna be nice like the father. Arch Manning coming behind, Cooper Manning, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, and Archie Manning. So that's that's an impressive tree to come from behind. So yeah, people going, yeah. Now let me see. Sanders played in the Pac-10. Never forget that he played Oregon and they got him. And they got steamrolled. Oh, they got steamrolled by Oregon. Yeah. Yeah, that's so yeah, I mean, I'm just reserving judgment. I'm not really ready to throw this kid under the bus, and call him a fraud and run him out of town after one game, man.
One game.
So yeah, man. Like I said, if I wouldn't need to have him. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't up to the school though who they played that first game. I don't know how they.
Oh no, they. I think the coaches are very much they're very much involved in creating their schedules.
Yeah,
because them coaches decide. That's why they thank them. Like sometimes when a lesser team get an opportunity to play a top ranked team, they'll thank that team for giving them the opportunity, stuff like that. It's up to the program, the athletic directors, the coaches. It's up to the sports program. Yeah, the school don't get involved too tough with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Tom, you make a good point. You know what I mean? He says that great talent wherever they play, you can get that. Let me see. Caitlin Clark, for example, she played at Iowa, wherever Sanders played his own and one. Yeah. I mean, that's true. What was the guy? Larry Bird. They said the same thing about Larry Bird. Like Larry Bird wasn't playing nobody, but look what he turned into, And Larry Bird even said himself that, he heard that criticism, but he said he could only beat the people that they put in front of, and so.
Yeah, I was just saying, he was saying he ain't no Sanders, but, he going against Ohio State, number 3 team in the country, national champion. And I've seen games where Sanders played USC and got outclassed, or like in the bowl game last year, different stuff like that. I wasn't saying it like
right. No,
Sanders couldn't be great. I was just saying to automatically come out the gate and say Arch is no Sanders. I'm just addressing that like, damn, why him? Like, why would you say he's no Sanders? Like that. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, if he wanted to say he's no Peyton, that's cool. You know what I mean? But he go right to say the Shador. That's all.
Yeah, but man, I'm still gonna keep an eye on this kid for the rest of the season just to see how, because just like he looked yesterday, but next game he might go out there and tear him up, So next thing you know, his confidence will be up. I just think like if you're trying to build a kid's confidence, you got to do that, like I said with Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was Arch's decision to go play in the toughest conference in the NCAA.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's got to show up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Good morning, Retro. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Hey, Retro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You right, Tim. You gotta be
Yeah.
But I still want to check this kid out, man, and see what's going on. But let me ask y'all this: like, as far as college football, like, what programs y'all looking forward to seeing this year? I know we mentioned one program yesterday, but what program y'all looking forward to seeing this year?
I'm just gonna watch. I want to see who rises to the top.
Yeah.
I want to see what Notre Dame, if Notre Dame can have another successful year like they did last year. But for the most part, I'm just here for. I'm just here for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see how the U does, right? So Miami's just slowly getting back up
Mm-hmm.
towards the top, and it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's an interesting story.
And UNC, North Carolina, Belichick being there, that's a storyline.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I want to see like, and I know like this is Belichick's first year, right? And so I guess maybe still we want to see how he do. You know what I mean with his recruits and stuff like that. Yeah, I definitely want to see what Belichick do.
And I think I shared this with you guys last year. I'm low key Ohio State rooting for him because my niece go there. So
go to Ohio State.
Yeah, she go to Ohio State. Yeah, Raymond's youngest.
Okay. Low key. So she goes to the Ohio State.
Ohio State. Yep. Yep.
Ohio State.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Town said no. I'm comparing it to OG Dion is prestige. Archie Manning is prestige. We criticized Deion Sanders' sons when they lost. We got to do the same for Arch. Yeah, I mean, I think on here we gonna definitely give them.
We're gonna do that.
Consideration.
Yep. I mean, I think we started the conversation off saying he had a bad debut. He looked bad yesterday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of watching him. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good. That was good chat last night, Retro.
What y'all had a
chat? I jumped over to Courtside's stream last night. Checked out the chat. Lots of good Indiana Fever talk.
Yeah.
Did you wear that shirt?
Man, I stayed in the background and lurked. I soaked it all in.
Yeah. Well, the WNBA playoffs get ready to start soon, and yeah, man. I keep telling y'all, I'm telling everybody that watch out for those aces, man. They starting to turn it up. You don't think so, Clayton?
They playing good. I ain't watching out for them. They will not win the WNBA championship at all.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're gonna win it, but that's a team I don't think that they wanna teams want to see them because of their number one, they 2-time championships, then their experience and stuff like that. That veteran team. I think they're gonna be a tough out. A tough out.
The team everybody got to watch out for outside of the Lynx and stuff is them goddamn Atlanta Dream.
Yeah,
they tough too. Yeah.
The Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, but see. Now Atlanta is in the East though, right? With the Liberty.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, over there in that West though.
Well, but so don't they do the rankings though, regardless of conference?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
So as the number 3 seed, they would meet the Lynx if the Lynx and the Dream made it to the semis.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's something like that. It ain't just East against West, right?
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Top 8 ranked 1 to 8.
Right. And the Dream number 2, I think, in the OW right now.
3.
Minnesota number 1 in the Dream, right?
No, Minnesota, Aces, and then the
Aces moved ahead of the Dream.
They're on like a 12-win streak.
Yeah,
and then on top of that, New York fell. Clayton. New York.
I know New York fell. But I thought the Atlanta Dream was number 2 now.
No, they're 3.
Wow.
The Aces really put a run together.
Yeah, let me see.
That's a wrestler.
Which is probably why Mike wants to talk about Asia Wilson.
Oh yeah.
that 12-game winning streak, to me, I just think it's impressive, man, from where they came from. You know, I don't know where is Golden State might even make it. Is Golden State gonna let me see where
They're gonna make it.
Right on the bubble.
Yeah. Well, they close. They right under Seattle. Golden State is right below
Under
Seattle.
Yeah. But it's 8 teams.
Yeah.
And I just don't think the Sparks can jump them.
No, I don't think the Sparks.
Because they got a 3-game cushion on the Sparks, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2.5 game cushion. Yeah.
The Sparks. Yeah, I'm not even worried about the Sparks coming back, you know, against them. So yeah, if Golden State make it in there too, that'd be pretty big. But
they're gonna be there. They're gonna make it. They definitely gonna make it. I think they're gonna make it.
But it's being their first year, I'm thinking that's really big for Golden State.
It is big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real big. Mm-hmm.
Retro says she started your book, Clayton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's cool.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, man.
I'm actually rewriting it.
Yeah, you say you're rewriting it?
I mean, kinda. Not really, but kinda. Yeah, because this company, I told you I sent my whole manuscript into this company out in New York. They asked for my whole thing. Mm-hmm. But I'm packaging all 3, so I'm going over the second one too, the one that's out now. Because if they give me some kind of deal, I'm gonna do all 3 books with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. But let me. All right, so look.
Yeah.
With the W, all right. So these are the candidates. These are some of the candidates. You got Nafisa Collier, Asia Wilson, Alicia Gray, Alyssa Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who y'all going with? Y'all mainly going with who y'all going with?
I mean, Asia then jumped up. Her and Fee averaged the same, I think. I think Asia averaged more rebounds. Asia got more blocks. Asia then jumped up there. She then jumped up there. And with the games Fee didn't miss, you know.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think Asia gonna wind up getting it, huh?
You think so? I mean, if I'm looking at both sides of offense and defense, I'd have to give Nafisa as a better all-around defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's got a league leading percentage of holding her person she's guarding to 36% from the field.
Okay.
She's got more steals. So I mean,
does she have more steals?
She does.
Okay, but Asia got more blocks, right?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's a close race.
And Asia
being equal, but I like the leadership of Nafisa.
Oh yeah, she dope. You know, that's my girl. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I just think the way the Aces then came on, and then I think Asia out rebounding her too.
Yeah.
You know, she's averaging 10 rebounds a game. You know, with Fee not even on that list. Well, she on the list, but she ain't in the top, you know, top 5, you know. So I don't know.
I think and you know what? Even though their points are pretty close, I think Nafisa is averaging like 24. Asia is averaging like 23 point something per game, but Asia played like 9 more games than Nafisa Collier. I know that Retro said that Asia missed games, but I think Nafisa missed more games this season than Asia missed. Yeah,
Asia missed some games early, but Fee missed some too. Actually, they both averaged 23.4, Mike.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Antoine. Yeah. What was it? Antoine Baker said they both are averaging 23.4. All right, that's cool. That's what I appreciate. Yeah, man. So either way, it's gonna be a tight race, you know.
Yeah.
Let me see. Fee. So Fee missed 10 games. And that says a lot about the team, because they still winning even though Fee hasn't been in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I say I think it's still the Lynx. I think it's the Lynx championship to lose, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well,
What'd you say? What'd you say, Clayton? Can you say that again?
I think it's the Lynx championship to lose. But I'm gonna say this: my girl back practicing, and that will be one hell of a story.
Hell yeah!
That will be one hell of a man.
I'm here for it.
That'll be one. Look, don't sleep on the orchestration. That's all I know.
I'm here.
All that adversity Indiana went through, she come back because I think she gonna play against the Sky. So
yeah,
if they get in the playoffs, all bets are off. Because the Indiana, that girl Aaliyah Boston, she been taking it to Asia this year. She been taking it to Fee this year. Hey, watch out! So all I'm saying.
And what's the girl named Jones up in New York? She kind of been now her length a little bit do mess with Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
But when she get that body in on her, then she kind of made it a point to assert herself against the around the league. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man. That's one hell of a story. You talk about you on the verge of a new collective bargaining. You got a new TV deal. It would be sweet for the W. Caitlin come back and it's in that damn championship because everybody and their mother gonna be watching.
It's gonna be if she come back when she do come back. But remember a few episodes ago we were saying that they should shut her down though. Which y'all
I mean, listen, this what I didn't realize. I saw last night or something. She dropped all that bulk. She got less weight on that thing now. She gonna get back to her quick, man. I'm telling you. Who am I to say?
Yeah.
Who am I to? You talking about the playoffs? You talking about if she come back against the Sky? It's only a couple games left. That's like that'd be three more. There'll be 3 games left. Well, something like that.
That's enough to get her tuned up.
Yeah.
I mean? That's enough to get you tuned up.
Hey,
I'll say this to Retro's point. To Retro's point here, when it comes to the playoffs, coaching matters.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It can. Yeah, it can.
And now we got expanded series.
Good too, right, Jim? Because I like the fact that the series it'll make for a more interesting, you know what I mean? Like an interesting series that they expanded. I like the fact that they expanded the series.
I do too.
You see, I was kind of upset last year that they was. Yeah, that was crazy. What time today? OG is starting to see what I see, and Caitlin Clark coming back and tearing the league up will be the story of the year.
Yep.
Yeah,
they can have all that MVP shit and all that. Listen, try and tell you, man, and coaching matters, but what matters more than anything is money and viewership. If y'all don't think Kansas City went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago and won it because of Taylor Swift, y'all crazy. But now Asia, I think Asia gonna win. I think Asia gonna win the MVP. I did. I love Fee. Fee had an outstanding year, but she missed too many games now.
Yeah.
When you got because Fee played forward, Asia played center, right? Center. Yeah. You got her averaging 23.4, leading the league in scoring. You got her 10 rebounds a game. Leading the league in block. That's a lot, even though Fee, like Jim said, that great stat, holding up opponents' field goal percentage. Very seldom do that come up in the conversation, It comes up in the nuance, but it doesn't come up in the conversation when they start talking the MVP voting and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I think she got the edge.
Yeah. So what Retro brings up a point. He said someone made a good point yesterday in a chat that if there's a Cleveland team, Kelsey Mitchell will probably go there, right? And so I'm thinking, I don't know, don't you? I think Kelsey Mitchell is happy there with what they got going on in Indiana. You know.
So she's saying that is that where Kelsey is from?
I'm assuming she's from the Ohio, Cleveland,
I got
Ohio.
a feeling Retro live in Cleveland because she
I
like the
think
Browns, her team. She just put something up talking about Ohio. I think she's from Cleveland. That's what I think.
She Ohio State fan too, I think.
Yeah, I think that's wishful thinking.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
Kelsey's from Cincinnati.
Huh?
Oh, all right.
Kelsey's from Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati. Okay, but that's the sister city. That's still in Ohio. Yeah. I don't know though, but she under contract though. They just gave her that max contract, so she getting a good piece of change. I don't know how many years it was, but when is Cleveland? When are they expanding to Cleveland?
I don't know.
Is that the next expansion?
I'm not sure. Or
huh?
Let's look that up.
Let me see what Antoine Baker says. Kelsey Mitchell is going to Vegas. She don't like playing in Indiana.
Oh, I hear. I don't know about that.
Yeah, see, I was thinking that Kelsey Mitchell like it there.
Yeah,
because for the potential what they can do.
Yeah. So the next city is Toronto in 26, then Cleveland in 28.
Yeah.
And then Detroit in 29, and then Philly in 2030. Wow. Yeah. So he thinks he thinks she unhappy in Indy, huh?
Yeah. So
man, she got the green light in Indy. She go play with Asia. She ain't gonna be able to put that ball up like she putting up now. You gotta go through Asia. You gotta go through Asia Wilson when you're in Vegas. You have to. That's why Jewel Lloyd's scoring is down. You gotta go through Asia.
That's why Kelsey Plum left.
That's why Kelsey left. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Nah, I think.
So Retro is in Ohio.
Oh, she lived by that Football Hall of Fame, huh?
Yeah.
I figured that was like something up there. It's Cleveland, the Browns. We was talking about the teams last week. She gonna put the Browns in there. I don't know. The Browns might surprise us though. They got a lot.
I need to make that Hall of Fame trip.
You haven't done that yet, Jim?
No, I got to do that.
I wanted to do that too. I haven't done that either. You ever been up there, Clay?
Not at all. Yeah. And I got family up there. My cousin Elliot live up there in Ohio. My brother go up to see him a lot. I never. But see, now I'm not so much of a football fan. Like back when I was really a football fan, I was the Ravens all day, going to games. I should have did it then.
Yeah. So I don't know. All right. So Vegas did lose players last year. I don't know if that was because of it. Well, most people think it was because of Asia, right? Like she is hard to get along. But I saw an interview though that Kelsey Plum did. She said that she might have been trying to just be politically correct, right? Because she said she wanted to see what it was to be a number one and to build her own team, build somewhere else. Yeah. But I do think that those two, because of how Kelsey is, I think they probably clashed a little bit. Kelsey Plum and Asia. I think they do probably clash a little bit.
Even in Las Vegas, there's only so much spotlight to go around.
Yeah. And I do remember the white privilege statement too.
Yeah, that right there kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when she said that.
I don't care how cool Kelsey Plum is and was cool with Asia. She had to sit there and grin in bed and listen to that shit.
Yeah, you could look and see that she was uncomfortable and probably caught off guard by that nonsense ass statement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it just dismisses all the hard work she put in and everything she did to get where she was at. It just dismisses that.
Yeah. So yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, y'all, she can go to Vegas if she want. Them numbers coming down.
I personally think she's staying there.
I do too. I think she liked Indy. Yeah.
But Antoine, yeah. Kelsey definitely wanted to be the big dog. But no one's bigger than Asia. Yeah.
Not out in Vegas. Mm-hmm.
I just think in the league, I think just because of what she do in that league, man, now she not the face of the league, but as far as like being like the premier, man, I'm like she.
Man, you don't tell me you jumping off the Liberty bandwagon, Mike. That was your team.
I
Beginning of
was
the
watching
season, Liberty gonna win it, huh?
Look, the Liberty.
I'm not gonna let you creep off. I'm not gonna let you creep off.
No. Whoa. I watched the Liberty the other day, right?
Yeah.
And this game, Sabrina Ionescu didn't play, and they still look good.
Okay.
They still look good even without Sabrina Ionescu, right? Man, they deep. They crazy deep.
Yeah, they got that girl Messima. She was the number one solid free agent. They wound up signing her. They loaded.
They crazy deep. Yeah, I'm not saying that the Ace is gonna win it all. Man, I don't even know.
I'm pinned. Look, we put a pin in it. I put a pin in that Liberty. I pinned it right on your thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, Antoine said Liberty just got blued out by Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. But man, they look good though. They still deep, man. They is deep.
They real deep. Is it me or does anybody notice that these girls, Phoenix, the Mercury, these girls are afraid to play Alyssa Thomas? You got anybody notice that?
I haven't watched much. Yeah.
Well, Alyssa Thomas to me is like she's more like a Charles Oakley type. She played bully ball more so than anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can understand giving her that space to shoot because she ain't no threat from outside. But even when she come down the lane, they are afraid of her. They're afraid of her physicality.
Yeah. She played bully ball. She definitely a bully ball.
Yeah.
But and she having a good season. I still don't think she's gonna win that MVP though.
Yeah. I don't know. They might try to give it to her.
Yeah.
Never know. Because she almost averaging a triple-double.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
But
that's
to that point about being a bully, I said this to a high school friend that I met at the game the other day up in Minneapolis. It feels like the women's game is much more physical than the men's game right now.
Yeah, they letting them play. They letting them play. At the Chicago game, like recently, when the girl just got clotheslined and the ref didn't call it, then the coach ran out on the court.
Yeah.
And they had to restrain the coach. So yeah, they definitely let them play over there. I ain't never seen nothing, I hadn't seen nothing like this since basketball in the 80s when Kurt Rambis got clotheslined by McHale, you know what I mean? I'm like,
yes.
Man, they letting them play. I'm like, God, that girl got clotheslined. And you had two referees standing there watching the play. I think I would have ran on the court too, man. That dude from Chicago just ran right on there. I was like, yeah, you can't let that go. They play, Antoine, they play rougher than Draymond, though. They play like what's the dude? Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley.
Yeah.
With claws.
Right,
yes.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's just physical over there. They definitely be playing physical. But let me see what else we had on the docket, fellas. We had switching over from. Did y'all see that Ray Lewis interview what he did on a Patrick Big Davis show?
Yes.
Is that his name?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I seen the 3-minute clip. Yeah.
Right. I was gonna play the audio, right? But Ray Lewis. Huh?
You can't play it?
No, I couldn't find it. And plus, I'm not in my usual spot when I be doing my podcast. I don't have all my equipment. But
okay.
So look, Ray Lewis said that he, in so many words, he said that Shannon Sharpe just changed up once he started. He getting all that national attention and everything like that. with the drinking and the smoking. He said the whole time that he was around Shannon Sharpe, he never seen him do that, right? And then he said, you know, basically what Shannon doing is just bringing people down with all that, you know, the gossip type podcast that he bringing to the what do y'all think about Ray Lewis' statement?
Yeah, I heard. Go ahead, Jim.
No, I was just gonna say it's interesting our perceptions of these two men from and Ray's kind of talking about what Shannon was like when he was playing, right? No alcohol, no cigars. And Ray kind of had the right up until he kind of got in trouble. He was a partier, right? And now where Ray's arc has brought him to a place where he's very introspective, very enlightened. You know, he's worried about image and uplifting people, and now it's almost like the roles or the perceptions have reversed, right? And what he's talking about, what Ray's talking about, is how Shannon's all he cares about is profiting off of his influence, off of his celebrity, off of talking to talk to Kat, everything blew up, right? And so now he's leaning into that type of that type of conversation and trading in that kind of celebrity gossip, right? And I think what he's really saying is, hey, be careful, because that stuff is negative. That's not a positive thing that's going to help anybody.
Except Shannon.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. I thought it was interesting though, because he made this statement. He said, you can be popular, but then you can have influence. And he felt like Shannon is chasing the world. He's chasing these worldly things.
Yes.
And it's having him talk about ignorance, where, you know, he said once he saw that, he said that's the only thing that shocked him. He knew he'd be great at being this, because he was preparing even back then, but he was shocked at the content, you know, him drinking liquor, never seen him drink liquor and stuff like that. But he said when he started going there, he was like, oh, you going that route. So we going our separate ways. But I just have one caveat as it pertains to Ray. Ray Lewis went the media route too when he first retired. ESPN offered him something to do Monday Night Football and stuff, but he just didn't have the personality for it, because when he speaks and he commentates, he speaks from a ministry kind of standpoint. He speaks like almost like a preacher or ministry, and that's not really good for television. They want somebody to just analyze the game X's and O's, and he always was going into his motivational stuff during the broadcast, which I think is great, but it just wasn't the right fit. So I think with that, and then when Shannon and him got into it over Colin Kaepernick on the Undisputed show, I think that left a bad taste in Ray mouth, and I think that's when the divide really started happening. He's trying to say it's based on the content. I think it was based on that moment, because they had a moment in television, and it was just like, you know, at that time I kind of was like, I wasn't really riding with Ray's opinion on it. You know, because it was almost like I just thought the Ravens was being a little silly, jumping out in front of something they didn't have to jump out in front of. And to me, it said a lot about where their minds were. But, you know, as time goes on and we evolve, I also see that even the whole Kaepernick thing was kind of like a brand type of thing too. It really didn't have real seriousness to it, because you ask yourself, I mean, I understand he uses money to do things, but you ask yourself, you know, is the effort still ongoing? Was he really serious about the stance he took and stuff like that? So I see it a little different now, but I think Ray had a sour taste in his mouth. So now it's easy for him to come out after he see that Shannon's brand has took a little hit and he's been exposed a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I can come out and say,
right,
you know, he's talking ignorance and stuff. But I'm not dismissing his point.
Right,
because I
right.
get his point. You know what I mean? But that's my only thing. Now I'm waiting to see if Shannon responds, because Shannon is so egotistical, he can't not respond. So I'm waiting to hear what he has to say about it. I know he's going to respond. He responds to everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that Shannon Sharpe got caught up in that wave and thinking that, like chasing that money and stuff like that, and that's what got him caught up in that situation with that young lady too. And so and you make a good point too, that like with Ray, just I think that when Ray was on TV, I don't know if Ray had it in him to switch up and be the type of personality to fit what they wanted on TV, right? So that might have been his decision too, to be like, I can't do that, I can't go that route. And Shannon was like, well, I can.
Yeah, but I think a lot of what comes out of Shannon is natural. That's his natural personality. And a lot of what comes out of Ray is natural. Ray is more so a natural born person to speak like that. It goes right in without him even making an effort. It goes into that motivational stuff. Even when he was on ESPN, he can't help himself.
Yeah,
he can't help himself.
And to your point about timing, that interview, at the end of it, he was pushing his motivational, his brand. Hey, get on my app and hit me up and subscribe to my motivational stuff, right? So there was some intention to when and how he was saying what he was saying, because there was some salesmanship going on as well.
And I felt like Ray Lewis was pushing back against Cap, because he felt like Cap should have been coming to him and others to help him. He wanted to get out in front of that thing with Cap, because that was like to Jim's point, that's his brand now. He wanted to be the next Jim Brown in a sense, and stuff like that. So he felt like Cap should have came to me. He wasn't saying it in those many words, but he was saying it in a sense. Call somebody, people that can help you. You don't have to take this fight alone. So I think Ray was really wanted to be more involved in that, so
So look, what Shannon wound up losing a whole bunch of different endorsements, on top of the money that he lost. Then on top of that, your image take a hit. Your image take a hit. Then it affects the way like your family see you. So it was a lot behind that. What happened to Shannon Sharpe, as far as like
And Ray Lewis brought up his family and his kids. Like, that was a little touchy to me. Like, you're doing things and you're speaking on things, but you got to remember, your children and your kids watching and all that stuff, and these things have an effect on them. He said that too. I was like, wow.
So, well, let me ask y'all that. Do y'all think that was over the line, that statement? I don't think it was over the line. Like, if you say, that's not to say that he's saying something bad about his family, but we touched on that before. Like, even though you may be head of household in your family, you still have a responsibility to uphold a family name, even though you may be head of household as a man. You know what I mean? Like, everything, you just like you will hold your kid to a certain standard, you have to live to that standard too. And so that's not really, I don't think that's, y'all think that's stepping over bounds, like if you remind people of that, or if you put that out there?
I don't know. I wasn't necessarily saying it was over the line. I'm just surprised that he went there, so to speak. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I understood his point. I definitely understood his point. Because we all have an effect on our children and family members. I don't necessarily view it as I have a responsibility to them, because I think the only responsibility I have is to be true to myself. And I think that can have the most impact on anybody, because you inspire them to be true to themselves. But I do understand that sometimes your actions, or a lot of times your actions, can affect people, you know, that's looking at you in a certain light, family, children, stuff like that. So I get his point. I definitely get his point, you know, and his kids, they see him a certain way. So it's almost like it set a precedent that I'll do anything for money. So the kids go do anything for money. You know what I mean? So
right.
I get his point. Yeah. But it's hard for me to say, you know, somebody stepping over a line, and that's hard for me to say that, me personally. I don't know.
I view it as that's maybe not the route I would have taken, but I mean, if that was said, then and that's what he believed, then you know he can deal with. They can both deal with the consequences of their own actions, right? So, and if I'm living my best life, to Clayton's point, if I'm living my best life, then hopefully that has positive influences and impacts on the people that depend on me, right? But I don't walk around trying to influence or judge or make or try to change how some other man is doing what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, I get that
That's
too.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
What Tom said, the organization stuck behind Ray Lewis and someone lost their lives. What happened to Ray Rice? Yeah. I think the organization, once they talked to Ray Lewis, I think they knew what he had to do with that situation that went on down there. I think if they knew that, you know, if it had turned out that Ray was would have been in some serious trouble, they would have had no choice but to separate themselves from Ray Lewis. You know, looking at a double, you know. So and once they found
there was
out,
no video, and there was no video tape with Ray. It was videotape with Ray Rice. Once that videotape hit the fan, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
It was a wrap.
Yeah.
And don't forget, there's two aspects to what happened to Ray Lewis that benefited him. Money, which gets you great legal help, and he was willing to say, hey, this is what I know, this is what happened, this is right. So he spilled what he knew, and he, you know, he was willing to take whatever hit he was going to take.
That's true. Yeah, man. So what I was. So yeah, and I think guilt by association is sometimes it's true. I know,
Hell yeah.
Known accomplices, like when the police say, well, who are his known accomplices? And that's how they be whittling down, and they find out, you know, even if you ain't get caught, and they know that that's somebody who you usually hang out with, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, I think Ray, though, he pleaded guilty to obstruction of justice, because he wouldn't give them the information that they wanted, you know, stuff like that. He was kind of trying to protect some people involved, I think. But I do know he pleaded guilty to that.
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly why you know they was like trying to make it look like they was gonna come down hard on him and try to ruin his reputation, right?
I definitely don't think he murdered or stabbed those kids. I don't think that, because I don't think you have that kind of karma. I don't think you'll have that kind of goodwill. I don't think it ends with you walking off Super Bowl champion and being the MVP of the Super Bowl. That kind of guilt and that kind of thing on your mind, that'll weigh you down. That'll weigh you down. That's a demon. Now you're carrying around a demon.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think you've been able to perform at a high level like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, you have to be like a sociopath or something like that.
Yeah, to be able to, right.
To get past that. Yeah.
Right. It's like Mike Tyson. I ain't call him a sociopath, but when he was in prison, he did the Tupac doc, and he said that violence and chaos, it turned him on. It made his his genitals get hard, you know.
What?
Yeah, he said that kind of thing made his thing get hard. So
Yeah,
he likes that kind of environment. So dealing with so psychopathic kind of thinking, now they thrive in that, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't think Ray Lewis is that. So I definitely yeah, I don't think he did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So look, I was watching a documentary about Yao Ming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how his parents were like, for a lack of a better word, like almost like bred to have produce a super basketball player in Shanghai, right? But one thing they said about in Shanghai is that you are not allowed to date in Shanghai until you, as a basketball player, you can't date until you turn 28 or either you retire from basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And so that made me think about, like, when you talk about Tyreek Hill and other basketball players in the league that are going through like divorces and stuff like that. Trevor Ariza, what's the Kevin Garnett, all those guys although Kevin, like I said, all those young guys in the league who get caught up with these young women and they lose their money, right? Just imagine.
Ant-Man comes to mind.
Huh?
Ant-Man comes to mind.
Right. Ant-Man. Travis Hunter, right, Retro. Travis Hunter. So look, just imagine if these guys in the NBA or the NFL, Major League Baseball, if they wasn't allowed to date or marry until they retire, like that right there will really help these guys out a whole lot. Now, I'm not saying that that's possible, but just imagine, you know what I mean? Like that would put these gold diggers out of business. Just one policy like that. Because if you leave people to their own devices, you see what happened. Every year, the NFL and the NBA have symposiums, right? Telling them about how the girls, how the women go come at them and the different kind of, everybody warned Travis Hunter. All these kids get warned.
Mm-hmm.
But they said right outside those symposium doors is the same girls that they trying to warn them about. And once the symposium over with, you throw them to the wolves, and them girls just get them every year. Somebody got.
It's a cultural thing, right? I mean, that's why that works over in China, because there is a cultural expectation and structure, and the one guy that comes to mind that in over here in our culture that really shielded himself was Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts lived with his mom until he was, I mean, he might still live with his mom.
Wow.
But he's got somebody close to him that helps him navigate and take care of him, that he trusts, right? So I mean, how many times did your mom step in and say, "Hey, man, this one ain't for you," right? So there's some that you got to protect yourself. If you're one of those guys that has that lotto ticket of a professional athlete, man, you're 100% right, man. You gotta, whatever it is, whether it's your mom's or your your agent, whoever it is, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, man. So that brings me to another point, right? So their culture takes it upon themselves to shield their athletes from that type of downfall, that pitfall, right? And then we spoke about what's the kid Daniels and his mother also over in DC, like she takes it upon herself to shield him from that pitfall. We don't have it in our culture, where as though like our culture shields these kids, these guys from that. And as a consequence, a lot of these guys get caught up, with these girls. You in China, you can't be no gold digger, you be out of business. In Shanghai, you out of business because of the culture there. Ain't no market for it.
Now is China a free society or communist, or what
I
is
don't
that
know.
society like?
It's more regulated and stricter than just
Right.
because Yao Ming mother was not, like I said, she wasn't allowed to. She had no say in her. It's not a free society. I don't care if they call it communist or whatever they call it,
Right.
because she had no say so in her life. Like, she couldn't retire from basketball until she got permission from, from the heads of state. So it's definitely not a free society. Then on top of that, she was made to marry a man that she barely even knew. So
So do you think that's enough just to try to avoid gold diggers? Is that enough to put people under strict restrictions like that?
no.
I don't think that's enough to justify that kind of
well,
society.
we say no automatically because we never, like, from the outside looking in to that society, and because we have a little bit more freedom than a lot more freedom than what they have, we like, no, I'll try to navigate this thing on my own. I don't want nobody telling me, you know what I mean, like when I can retire from work. What, and so you can't even choose your own career in some of these you be like, I want to be a doctor. Be like, nah, you're gonna be a janitor or something. You know what I mean? They choose your career for you in these countries. So yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I'm reading that China is an authoritarian state, so it's not free. And yeah, that's a lot to me. That's a lot, like, because I feel like, the natural, the innate desire inside of human beings is to be free to do things they wish to do. And I think, as far as trying to stop certain things, gold digging stuff and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's a lot. I think a bigger fight. I think you now you take and you making people live in a state of depression in a sense, like, because they got to do things per your say so, per your order, per your. And I don't know if it's worth it, man. I really don't.
Agree 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, the responsibility does have to fall back on these young men
who
make decisions, right?
Yep.
And either they've been prepared, or even if they have been prepared, they got to know, man, if I slip, there's consequences. There's accountability. And to Ant-Man's credit, he stepped up and said, "Here you go. Here's what I owe you for the rest of that kid's life."
Yeah.
And I also think when we find situations like this, like with we said Tyreek Hill and Travis Hunter, and I still think that's a minority. I think they're a minority. I don't think that's the majority or the mass. So a lot of guys in NFL we don't even know, whatever, young men that's not, in situations like that. You know what I mean? So, and I think that just falls on the makeup of an individual. See, when you're a person, man, that you have a lot of insecurities, and listen, making it to the professional leagues in sports, that doesn't mean you're necessarily secure within yourself. You have an immense talent and you was driven, but that don't mean you're secure. So now with this money, all the things you dreamed about. Let's say you was a kid and you never could date a pretty girl. You could never date a pretty girl. So you get into this situation, all you want is a pretty girl. This is what's driving you and stuff like that. So I think a lot of it is foundational. It's like, it's hard to do it, but I think the key is building self-esteem in kids when they're young. So they solid and they don't feel insecure and they're not wavering in anything. So that way they're not reaching out for themselves, trying to get something they think will make them feel complete and whole and make them feel good about themselves, when all along that person may be a predator just preying on you because of the position you're in. So I think it's all about building that self-esteem in kids, But I don't think the answer is, just being so authoritarian over people,
Yeah, that's extreme. But look, all right, so I think time make a good point, right? So Tom said let me see. Travis Hunter is different than Adams. He was left to his own devices, you know, and his father, let me see. His father isn't in his life, and you're going to be handicapped basically if you're a father not in your life, right? So I think if you do have parents or people in your life who can mentor you and instruct you and warn you to like certain pitfalls, I think that go a long way to helping you. But I also think that everybody, you know, everybody's going to fall into some type of pitfall because you can't be prepared for everything. You know, you might be worried about girls, and then your accountant might, you know, somebody who doing your taxes might cheat you out of money, you know. So it's, you know, and even an authoritarian type society, you still gonna run into different pitfalls because and you're gonna be depressed, like you said, you're gonna be depressed on top of that because every living organism wants to be free. Natural, you know, it's your natural desire to be free. And so if you're not free, you know, that can lead to a lot of health problems. Yeah, man. But I just thought because of that, like Shanghai is no joke, Jack. Ain't no gold diggers over there. You're not running around with Birkin bags and waiting for dudes at the airport and sneaking up to their hotels. Not in Shanghai. You're not having that nonsense. Yeah, man. So yeah, let me see.
That's interesting though. Huh?
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting, right? Let me see what Retro said. LeBron was mad at his mom because she made him turn down his first Nike offer. I forgot the amount. He said they were driving back to the projects in a crappy car. He was crying and mad at his mom. Yeah, sometimes parents got to make those unpopular decisions. You know what I mean? You know, so but look where they at now, you know. This dude a billionaire. You know, so yeah. And in business, it's not always good to take the first offer anyway on it. You know, the first time they put an offer on the table, you're like, I'll take it. You know, you know, that ain't cool. You know, sometimes it don't work out. Let me see what Tom said. I'm glad you said that, OG. What's the difference between Kwame Brown and Angel Reese? There was a double standard when they were people fighting for Kwame Brown and make him feel uncomfortable playing, right? So yeah, Kwame Brown had a rough upbringing. I'm not sure. I know he had some big brothers. I'm not sure what his situation was with his father, with Kwame Brown, and I think that Angel Reese, her mother raised her alone, but I don't know. So I don't know. I don't want to speak on that because I'm not sure. I know people who know Angel Reese, but I don't know like her upbringing specifically. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, people, whatever your background is, and wherever you come from, like people who are predators, they know you and they know your weaknesses. So they know what to like to put basically to put out in front of you to trip you up, or at least they think sometimes they know what they can trip you up.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, look, you don't have an accountant. Oh man, I got an accountant. We could help you out, man. You know, or I know a nice girl for you, you know. So I mean, people, man, it's just, but I still would not want to live under an authoritarian, you know, regime. That is crazy. And then like Yao Ming life, to me, it was kind of it was sad, you know, especially the life his parents lived. It was sad. You know, they ain't had no control or no say so over their life. But yeah, I think prenups too are they not like ironclad, those prenups. Because Retro said prenups.
Man, if I gotta go through life, I swear, if I gotta go through life trying to protect and cover all my bases and yeah, I don't want to live like that. I promise you I don't.
You wouldn't want to get a prenup?
I just don't want to live like that. You know, I don't want to live like that. Like I don't want, because to me, if that's on my mind and that's my focus, protecting what I got, it's not about the protection. It becomes your energy is you're afraid to lose it.
Yeah.
And actually that and with that being your energy, eventually you will lose it. I don't care. It might not come by way of prenup or somebody taking it from you, but you putting so much energy on not losing it. I remember Michael Jordan said he always had this dream that he was an alcoholic and he would lose everything he had. See, that was his greatest fear. So that, keep him driving like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he lost anything, but just to have that kind of energy, I think it makes that thing manifest. That's just me. So I don't, prenups and all that shit. Like, nah, I just don't. Yeah. I know a lot of people like, you crazy, man, your money, this, that, and the other, but I just feel like, if you got it once, you'll get it again.
You know what? I mean, man, I don't know. I just think that like when you with somebody and y'all building together, it's just kind of hard for you to steal from yourself. I remember like Trading Places, right? And Billy Ray Valentine, he had that vase, and he was like, "This my vase," He put the vase in his jacket, or no, he broke the vase and he stole a cigar case. If it's yours, if y'all built together and it's yours, it's kind of hard to steal your own stuff, So, I would not want to have somebody around me who is not like building, somebody who think that they are like a trophy wife, you know what I mean? Like who's not contributing. So, because if you have skin in the game, then you less likely to tear down what you built, you know what I mean? And so that's just my thoughts on it. Yeah, but like I always think about Billy Ray Valentine stealing, breaking his own vase and stealing his own cigars. You can't steal your own cigars or break your own, that's your vase. You can break it if you want to. Retro said, Clayton, I lost everything and I was homeless because I trusted. Be smart. Yeah. I mean, it's tough, man. You definitely got to be.
Let me say this to Retro. I was homeless also and lost everything. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
So why do you say going through that experience was the best thing that happened to you though?
Because it brought me closer to a greater understanding. And that greater understanding freed me. I realized that your life has a purpose and it has a journey and there's certain things that's going to come with your life. So nothing can stop that from happening. So even though I was in that situation, it was doing something for me, but it was more to come. That's why I'm saying I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. I have no fear anymore. So I'm not afraid to lose I'm not afraid of anything. And I know that, eventually I just know everything that I need to survive to, because when I was in that situation, I didn't know where the next thing was going to come from. Right. But it always came. Whether it be a meal, and don't get me wrong, Mike, me, I got strong family support.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I didn't lean on that because I felt like this was for me to deal with. At that time, I had to go through that. So no matter what they wanted me to do, I said, no, I have to be in this situation. And not knowing, not turning to them, not turning to anyone. Every day what I needed came to get me to the next thing. It came, it kept coming. So that's why I say I'm not worrying about none of that stuff. It's like, it's not about not being smart. It's about totally trusting my life's journey, like, so to speak. So yeah. So that's all. And it's a lot of freedom in that.
I think when you get to the point where you're not really worried about stuff or you and things like that, I think it is freedom in that, right? Let me see what Time says. So work hard for everything in your life to marry someone and to take everything you got. That makes no sense to me, to create and make something of yourself and someone who has really don't care. Yeah, but I think number one, I think, like I said, if you with somebody and y'all building together, that helps. And then on top of that, like, you still have to you still have to be mindful. I'm not saying that be blind to like red flags and stuff like that. I just think it's being blind. But I do think that like giving up on relationships completely, to me, I don't think that is the answer, in my opinion. I don't think giving up on, and so people know that, and then people know that you're not going to give up on relationships, and people know that people are still going to take chances in relationships. That's just like when you see impalas, like when an impala is thirsty and they go to a lake or a river to drink water, they know that there are alligators in there, but their thirst for the water, they overcome that fear because they need that water. But that don't mean that they giving up. That means that they know they on alert and they taking certain precautions. You know what I mean? So, but you still got to go through life. you need that water. You're going to drink. If it's alligators in there, you got to find a way to drink without getting caught by the alligators.
Yeah. And some people that's just designed to live alone, to be alone. And that's not to say they don't have relationships. It's just the nature of the relationship is different, But some people are born to be alone, and
I believe that too.
Go through life that way. And you don't really have to reach out and cultivate relationships. I think these relationships become organic just like everything else in your life journey. You're going to have certain relationships in your life. To me, it's already written.
Yeah. So Jim, you're a married man. Like what are your thoughts on like stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like
I've said it 1,000 times. I'm the luckiest man in the world, man, because we met and we came together when we weren't shit, man. We didn't have nothing. And just like you talk about, we built it together.
Right.
And we built that trust, and we 37 years. 37 years, and we got two boys, and think that, I mean, just we and now we're looking at the future and the next step. So and people ask me all the time, what's the secret? And I say, man, I have no idea. I just got lucky.
Yeah. But look, Jim, so here you are, a married man, 30 years in, right? But you have people out here that don't have any relationships, and they're giving all this advice and selling people courses, writing books and all that. But the people who are successful at it will give you an honest answer and just tell you, you gotta live through it. You know what I mean? Like what works for one person may not work for the other person, but you gotta navigate your way through it.
It takes a lot of trust. It takes a lot of teamwork. And you gotta constantly be checking in to say, hey, what are our priorities?
Yeah. And
so when the priorities start going different directions, something's gonna break.
Because y'all on the same team, you know what I mean? So you can't have people living like separate lives, at least in my opinion. I don't think, because you're on the same team.
Yeah.
I got a question, Jim. Are you two guys able to maintain your independence as well, meaning like your own identity? I know you guys are one, but are you able to stay true to your own identity to some degree?
We always have been.
Yeah.
We've always had been. A lot of that started off with, we didn't know who the hell we were.
Right?
As kids. But we found ourselves together. And we definitely have a lot of shared morality and a lot of shared ethic. And that has allowed us to pursue our own individual our own individual goals, right? I decided at one point, man, I want to be able to run a marathon.
Okay.
And I had the freedom to put in the work. She gave me the space for me to be able to go out and put in that effort. And I was able to make that happen.
It sounds like neither one of you guys are trying to impose your will over the other. You guys are coming together, but you're giving that space for you to be, individuals at the same time. That's the key. I think a lot of people feel trapped when their mates are trying to impose their will, trying to control so much of everything.
We never tried to change each other. We never tried to change each other. And like I said, I got lucky because we have a lot of shared ethic and a lot of shared morality and a lot of shared worldview.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. No, I was just gonna read what Tom said. Tom said, if I made $1 billion like LeBron with Savannah James, I'm going to give her whatever she wants. And let me see, she wants an hour, whatever money she wants, I can give her, and she can start, with me. I'm not dumb. I don't know. I think like I think even though LeBron James is a professional basketball player and he's a billionaire, but she played an important role in his success, So I don't think that I agree that LeBron James will probably give her whatever she wants because she raised his, they got 3 kids. She raised the kids. She take care of the home, and the older you get, the more you realize like how that home base is like so.
Yes.
Like how important that home base is to you, to your health, mentally, physically, spiritually, and you be like, whoa, so you can't really, you won't put a monetary value on what somebody like Savannah, what's her name? Savannah James bring to the table. So if, if some reason that Savannah wanted out, I'm sure he'd be hurt, but yeah, he probably would look out for her and be like, all right, I want you to be happy. I appreciate, and that's all you could, just like Michael Jordan separated from Juanita Jordan. They had 3 kids together. So
yeah,
I mean, like you said, Clay, like everybody, sometimes, people move on. Everybody's not meant to be, but as long as I think what their heart is if somebody wasn't there just to get over on you and they wanted to help you build, then you can respect that, Let me see. Yeah, it costs too much to separate. Yeah. But hey man, now any games coming on today? Nothing coming on today.
The Valkyries in the field play.
Oh, okay, yeah.
8 o'clock.
Oh, they play 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and it's a game before that. I know WNBA on. I know Major League Baseball on, but we don't consume that too tough. Jim, you watch Major League Baseball?
It depends on if the Twins or the Royals are doing well.
Yeah. Well, you are Minnesota through and through, aren't you?
Dude, man.
You said, dude, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. That's where I learned to love sports.
Yeah.
I used to like the Royals when they had George Brett.
Yeah.
But I mean, I used to follow baseball in the late 70s and the early 80s, like Cal Ripken, Eddie Murray, and
I did too.
Singleton, all those guys, man. But once they phased out, let me see.
Yeah. We used to have the Junior Oreo thing here. Oreos used to be a big thing for us, Jim. It used to be. But it just kind of faded out. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Clayton. Would you consider Baltimore more of a baseball town or a football town?
Baltimore football town, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what?
I'm telling you, if
the Orioles and the Colts, it was both. It was just both.
I thought the Orioles reigned supreme in Baltimore.
I don't now. I think the Ravens did.
Yeah, but look, you know that if the Orioles go on a 2-game winning streak, man, we lose that. The people lose their mind in Baltimore. When the Orioles start losing, them fans just start coming back out the woodwork.
Yeah,
but winning.
Yeah, but the Ravens got this town now.
Yeah.
Baseball is absolutely 100% a bandwagon sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just think this is ball. I just think the Ravens came and they took over. The Orioles just had so many years of inadequacy, and they were non-relevant and all these things. And the Ravens, man, I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on now. The Ravens, like I said, the fans don't come out the woodwork until the Orioles doing good. So how can it be an Oriole town?
Yeah. I mean, it's dormant. That's the word to use, dormant,
It's
right?
dormant.
Because,
It's dormant.
yeah, because they like when we start winning, everybody just come out even people I ain't even know was baseball fans. That's all they want to talk about. When like what was it last year, or the year before when the Orioles had,
last year they went to the playoffs last year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, man, yeah. So, let me see. Retro said, my cousin names her daughter Jordan Ripken Smith. Nice. Oh, Jordan Ripken Smith.
I'm trying to think the Smith. Where's the Smith coming from?
I know Jordan Ripken.
I know Ripken got to be Cal. And Jordan, I'm thinking is Michael, but who's the Smith?
Is it Ozzie?
Ozzie Smith?
Nah, I don't think so. Might be the baseball player?
Yeah. You remember Ozzie Smith?
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, Smith. I'm sorry. Oh, all right. Smith is just her last name, the last name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jordan Ripken, huh?
Cheryl Swoops named her son Jordan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember back in the day, she named her son Jordan. And I was like, man, I'm not letting my woman name my son after some dude, some other bastard. I don't care how famous he is. We're not doing that. I was like, man, that's crazy.
Wow.
Though. Huh?
I'm just listening to you. I'm like,
I thought you said, wow. I was like, nah, man.
Yeah. What do you think about guys that has named their son after other dudes?
Well, yeah, I know a guy who named his son. He got a son named Kobe, and he, and his name is Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's cool. I just
because Swiss Beast named his son Nasir after Nas.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't like that because I'm not naming my son after another man.
I hear you.
No.
I hear you, bro.
I don't care how many bars, 16 bars. I don't care how many bars he lay. I'm not naming my son after no other man.
Some people name their kids after Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
With that Ali name, that Ali.
Yeah.
That's a nice name for a boy. Mm-hmm.
That's just like I can appreciate the fact that Lawrence Taylor didn't want his jersey to be, he didn't want that kid to take his jersey. Create your own name, create your own legacy. We got our name, we got our own legacy. I'm not, nah. It can only be.
Sometimes they just do it in honor. Like, it's like if something touched your life, and then you give life. Somebody touched your life. You give life. So you apply that name to the life you've created because that gave you life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You look at it like that. I mean, I hear you though, Mike. I know you, Mike. Yeah. Very, I already get it.
Yeah.
All I know is we're not the first Mike, Jim, or Clayton.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Absolutely.
You're right about that.
Yes. Drop the mic, Jim.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's real. But I hear you, Mike. Mike said, we ain't having that.
Yeah, we're not naming my son after
no other dude.
No other dude. And somebody she might have had a crush on, you know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
She might have had a crush on MJ. So
hey. Yeah, I hear you.
So Thursday starts off the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thursday night. And who y'all like, man? We making picks for Thursday?
So we got. I mean, that's an easy one.
What's an easy one?
Cowboys at the Eagles.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
It's easy.
I'm picking Eagles.
I know I'm going Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Shit, Dallas might be motivated.
Even though they're in the same division and all that other stuff, I just think that the Cowboys, man, just look like a train wreck to me, man. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones, it's just too many distractions. Too much going on with the Cowboys, like you got a coach who really being undercutted by the owner, and yeah, it's just too much. That organization is just in shambles.
Oh no.
You got one guy on defense,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas to the Green Bay Packers, and now the Green Bay Packers are in the top 5 on the power rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just one move.
Yeah.
See, you done summoned the man.
We are here talking about your team. Is that why you called? That's why you came in, man.
Oh, I don't know. Y'all talking about my former Cowboys?
Yeah, Tim just talking about we talking about it, man. He come in with the wife beater and everything. He's like,
Listen,
you ain't even go to hair and makeup first. You just came right in.
man, hey, let me tell you, I just got finished playing golf, and y'all talking about my Cowboys. So my former Cowboys. We got a divorce over the week, so we're divorced now. So but yeah.
I wanted you to come on too, man. I wanted you to what's going on with the Cowboys, but how you feel about that, man?
Yeah, it's a dysfunctional team, and I'm done.
Yeah,
I can't. Listen, I'm all about riding your team, ride or die, and I'm all about that. But when your team is consistently not trying to get better, you know what I'm saying? And when we just make dumb moves like we just did, it doesn't sit right with me because you're not committed to winning. You just want to be a football team. That's all you want to be. And I just can't do that. I can't put my energy into a team that does stuff like that. I've been riding with them since 1976. All right.
Dang.
Tony Dorsett, Ed Too Tall Jones, Randy White, Drew Pearson, Tony Hill. I believe in what the Cowboys were trying to do. You get rid of Michael Parsons, in somebody's case, one of the best defensive players that's going on right now. And then you get rid of him for 2 first-rounders to the Green Bay Packers, which that means that pick can be anywhere between 28 and 32. So you're not going to really get an impact player at those positions. Now, I can see if he had you in the top 10, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between the Herschel Walker trade and the Michael Parsons trade. That Herschel Walker trade did not affect Minnesota draft picks whatsoever. They still suck. Okay? So we still got to take ability to take advantage of some of those trades. Okay? Now, with Green Bay, we're not going to be able to take advantage of it because Green Bay was already good. Now they go from being good to great. They went from maybe winning the division to talking about them going to the Super Bowl now. Can you imagine if Green Bay goes to the Super Bowl now? That means the Cowboy pick is even worse.
Ooh. Yeah.
So it's not. It's what we did with that trade is totally ridiculous. And then let me tell you what else that people really don't know. The second team that was in play for it was the Ravens. And the Ravens offered 2 first-round picks, but they offered a D-back. Okay? What the hell are we going to trade with the Ravens for? They have always been in the playoffs. What sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? The Ravens have always been in the playoffs. So we're going to make the Ravens defensive giant, juggernauts. And then we're going to take their 2 first-round picks that may be 30 and 31 or 32.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. We're not committed to anything. We're not committed to excellence. We're not even committed to being bad because you signed, Dak Prescott and you signed CeeDee Lamb. So that means you're going to win at least 6 games.
Well, let me ask you this, man, because Retro want to know, do you think that Jerry Jones is thinking about that first-round pick and Arch Manning? So could that be?
No, Green Bay is not going to get you Archie Manning.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Archie Manning is going to go into the top 5 picks, depending on who he gets. And remember, Archie Manning is not coming out this year. He's coming out next year.
Well, he's eligible.
Huh?
He's eligible. He's eligible to come out.
Well, this is his second year.
No, he's in his junior year. He can come out in 26.
I thought this was his sophomore year. I thought last year was his freshman.
He's a red shirt sophomore.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I said. I thought he was in the sophomore year this year.
Right, red shirt. That's why he's eligible to come out.
Because it's his 3rd year.
This is his 3rd year. Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's not that trade is not going to get him closer.
Right.
And then you get Archie Manning, but you just signed Dak Prescott to a precedent deal.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
If anything, you get rid of Dak Prescott, keep your defense and what you got in your defense, and then you go out and get Archie Manning. That makes sense. But you're not going to get Archie Manning. And after the performance Archie Manning did yesterday, are we really looking at Archie Manning? You know, that's a bad deal.
Well, maybe not. That was the first game. Maybe not.
Dude, come on now. They was calling Archie Manning the Heisman Trophy winner last week, and he ain't played a game yet. Texas is number one.
I understand that.
Archie Manning.
Yeah, I mean, that is just one game, though, man.
Yeah, it's just one game. Is all I'm saying.
Listen, all I'm saying,
man, pissed at everybody.
Yo, it may be one game, but look how he performed in that one game against the top tier team. Dude, he did not throw a pass over 15 yards yesterday.
But man, he's also hasn't had many game reps and stuff like that. You threw him in there against the number 3 team in the country.
So why are we saying that he's the Heisman Trophy?
They were saying that. We weren't. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that one game is not determining his draft status. That's all I'm saying.
That one game absolutely does. Because when you put him on top of that mountain, when you put him on top of that mountain and he doesn't perform when he's on top of that mountain, where do he go? He should fall on that mountain.
I don't think
because
so.
I guarantee you, if that was Shedeur Sanders that had that game, they would be drowning Sanders right now. They would be talking about him so bad, he wouldn't even be an NFL draft pick at this point.
Shedeur had some bad games against lesser talent, and it didn't affect him. So I'm not going to say one game is going to affect Arch Manning.
Hold, stop. What do you mean it didn't affect him? He went from Heisman Trophy candidate to 5th round draft pick.
Yeah, but it wasn't because his performance on the field. You know that.
Here we go. Okay, whatever we say, but we know what the truth is. He went from Heisman Trophy candidate to 5th round draft pick. So somewhere something affected that. Okay. And what I'm saying is, if it can happen to Shedeur, it should happen to him too.
Check this out.
But it wasn't a game yesterday.
But it wasn't one game. You had enough body of work on Shedeur to determine how you wanted to take him. You saying now because this guy came out in one game, now all bets are off, and that would be a bad draft pick.
So let me ask you a question. The body of work that Archie Manning has put out, do that mean he's the front runner for the Heisman?
No, nobody's. I'm not saying that. No,
but everybody is. That's why Texas was number one.
I'm not even addressing that. Yeah, I'm not addressing that.
Listen, that's the narrative around Archie.
It was.
Trophy, yes.
It was.
Yes, for the Heisman Trophy.
It was.
Texas is number one, and Archie Manning should be picked number one in the draft. That's the whole narrative around Archie Manning.
They were saying they was number one. They was number one, favored to win the national championship. He was favored to win the Heisman. I get all that.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying
I'm saying
now that one game, don't draft him. That's what I'm talking about.
No. I'm saying that one game should put him out. Should have put him out the Heisman Trophy talk.
I think his name
should be put out.
And I think after that game, I think the Heisman talk is going to be quiet for a while.
Right.
Now, if he comes on like gangbusters, it might come back up again.
And what I'm saying, the point that we were talking about, and the Jerry Jones concept is to get Archie Manning. That's exactly why I divorced the Cowboys, because that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And I'm gonna be honest, in my wife's beater, I'm going to the hood with it. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You signed Dak Prescott to an unprecedented contract. You get rid of Michael Parsons, and then you try to say I'm gonna go after Archie Manning. What kind of bullshit is that?
But he didn't. But Jerry, I'm not a Jerry Jones apologist or anything. Jerry didn't say he's going after Archie Manning. She just asked the question, do you think that might be on his mind? That's all.
And the crazy part about it is, as a former Cowboy fan, I can't say yes or no to that answer. Can't say yes or no to it. Jerry Jones in his mind just might be like, yeah, with these draft picks, we should be able to get Archie Manning. And then he might be going through this guy's head.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm gonna say this. I like what Jerry Jones said. Jerry Jones said, with or without Michael Parsons, we couldn't stop the goddamn run. And I like that.
Listen,
because he's
but
right.
Listen. And he's right.
Yes.
But now you're thinking you can stop the run, but now you can't stop the pass.
I'm just saying.
And the league passes 80% of the time. So you went from something that you only have to stop 25% of the time. Now we can stop it because they got the one defensive lineman. But now you open up to something that the league does 75% of the time.
So look, man, do that make them hypocrites like what Tom just said, right? When you know, they was talking about not being able to stop the run. You know, let me see. Tom said the difference between Al Davis and Jerry Jones. Al, with the trade of Michael Parsons, and all of the sudden they can't stop the run. So they blaming the fact that they couldn't stop the run on Michael Parsons. So do that make them hypocrites though?
No, but no, because the reason they couldn't stop the run isn't Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is not a run stopper.
Right.
Your run stoppers come from your interior defensive line.
Yes,
sometimes Michael Parsons played outside linebacker.
Right.
Okay. Right. So Michael Parsons has nothing to do with the run. Michael Parsons' job is the pass rush. Right. And that's what he did well. Okay. And now that you trade him, now you have no pass rush, but you're talking about stopping the run. The difference between Davis and what you call now, let's not forget that the Raiders traded Khalil Mack. Okay. Yep. They traded him, and he was the best interior lineman out there. And they traded him in his
linebacker. He was a linebacker.
No, he was a lineman. Khalil Mack was a lineman. He was a defensive lineman.
I think he's a linebacker, bro.
Nah, Khalil Mack was a defensive lineman. I used to use him on Madden, so yeah, he was a defensive lineman. That's how I know a lot of what positions on Madden. He was a defensive lineman. But they traded him for God knows what, and the Raiders haven't recovered. The Raiders defense hasn't never recovered from it. The Cowboys are going to be the same way. You got rid of your best because you think you're bad against the run. Well, yes, you're bad against the run because you were decent against the pass. Now, let's say we're better against the run, but most teams pass the ball 70% of the time. So now you're opening yourself up because you have no D-backs. You have no safeties. So now the boys are going to be on no man's land the whole play because you have no pass rush now. At least Michael Parsons brought your pass rush that made the quarterback get the ball out there to 3 to 4 seconds. Yeah. He couldn't hold on to it. Now you're in the division with all these quarterbacks that can sling the ball at any point in time, and you have no D-backs to cover him because Stephon Diggs is nowhere to be found now. He was good 2-3 years ago, but now he's nowhere to be found. Okay, so you can't depend on Stephon Diggs to cover anybody.
Is that the one that's hanging with Cardi B?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But he can't even cover water right now. If somebody dropped a glass of water on the field, he wouldn't find it. You know what I'm saying? And so the Cowboys aren't committed to what they need to be committed to, which is trying to win. I ain't even saying you got to win. He's trying to win.
But I don't blame Jerry for not wanting to give him $50 million a year. That contract he was asked for, I don't blame him.
Listen, I blame Jerry Jones for everything that you do. Why?
I'm just saying, I don't blame him
but yet you can give Dak Prescott $32 million a year, and he can't win you a playoff game
because he can't do it by himself.
But when you throw 3 interceptions in a playoff game, that is doing it by yourself.
I hear you.
Okay, Dak Prescott is on his 3rd Cowboy contract, and they still haven't went anywhere. But you pay him max out. Yeah, but 25 years old, will be 26 years old next month. Probably arguably one of the best defensive players in the game. Some may say TJ Watt, like we argued about it before, but still, regardless, he is now the highest paid defensive player in the game. Yeah, he's the highest paid non-quarterback in the game right now.
And
Green Bay said, you know what, you give me this dude. We went from good to best.
Yeah.
And the odds,
that's yet to be seen. But yeah.
But the odds makers say now that Green Bay is a favorite to win the NFC now. Because of one.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about it either. But we in this betting world.
I don't think they get past the Eagles, but they definitely, I think they leapfrog the Lions.
Yeah.
Listen, we're and it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That's why I have divorced the Cowboys. I'm searching around now for a new team. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my time with it like a woman. I'm gonna date somebody, and keep it moving, and I'm gonna figure it out. And I'm gonna announce on this show who my team will be in week 3. Okay?
You ain't going to hop on the Ravens bandwagon? This might be the
it might be the Ravens. Listen, it might be the Ravens because I am from Baltimore. I live here. All my friends are Ravens fans, but I'm not gonna pick my team on that situation. Because when I stand by my team, I stand by them long as they don't do, long as Jerry Jones is not it. Jerry Jones is my enemy. Okay? I'm gonna say that, be clear with it. Jerry Jones is my enemy. All right.
Man, have you been watching the doc on Netflix on your team?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, it's excellent.
I think it's good.
But that's the crazy part about it, Clayton. That's the crazy part. Why is there so much drama? It doesn't need to be TV drama in a football stadium. I mean, in a football organization.
But Jerry said on the doc, he understands. He said he wants this team to be a soap opera all year round. He knows
that's the issue.
That's what he wants.
The great teams, New England Patriots, you don't see that. The Baltimore Ravens, you don't see that. San Francisco 49ers, you don't see that.
But guess what? None of those teams are. They're not the most valued franchise in sports. You got to remember, Jerry is a businessman.
But let's remember this too. The reason that the Cowboys are so valuable is because Jerry Jones owns the stadium. The stadium goes with the team. The city of Dallas does not own that stadium. The Cowboys franchise does.
Yes.
Unlike most of the teams in the NFL, doesn't own their stadiums.
I understand
Jerry Jones actually owns that stadium, so
he built it.
That's one of the reasons too. But regardless of what it is, I'm divorcing them. The courts made it official on yesterday. I am officially divorced from the Cowboys. I can't even sell my Cowboys right now.
The Cowboys come out and they be winning some games. Stay divorced.
I'm gonna
hold you to it. I ain't letting you go back to them.
If they go to the Super Bowl, I'ma still stay divorced.
You
know what I'm saying?
All right.
Still stay divorced.
We're gonna stand in solidarity with you, and everybody gonna get their own. We're gonna get wife beaters and support you.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Matter of fact, I got my wife. I got a wife beater on now, right?
There you go. Cowboys up, Cowboys down. The wife beaters, we gonna hood with it because we are no longer Cowboys fans.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna change the name to the wife beater. No, we can't change that now.
You can't go wife beater.
Yeah.
But like I said, gentlemen, I ride with my team regardless, and I want the fans out there to understand that I roll with the Cowboys since 1976. Okay, wow. And every year, it gets to the point where if I got a question, if you want to win, there's a problem. Because I don't care what move you make. If you're making the moves to try to win, I'll stand beside you. I've done it for 30 years since they won a Super Bowl, whatever.
At least you've been loyal. You hung in there, man.
Right. I'm going to say. You just now questioning if they wanted to win?
Right. Because of Michael Parsons. And I said it. And I told all my friends, I'm like, yo, this Michael Parsons thing is serious. If the Cowboys release Michael Parsons or trade him, I am done because they're not committed to winning. Michael Parsons is young. This is his first contract, and this boy is good. We can still build a defense around this dude, especially the way we've been drafted. And he's gone down. Oh, yeah, we got 2 first-round picks from Green Bay. Ain't like you got Cleveland's first-round draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like you got Phoenix first-round draft picks. You got Green Bay, which stopped us in the playoffs 2 years ago. So that draft pick means nothing.
Yeah. So look, what Tom said, Jerry Jones' best years was with Jimmy Johnson. We talked about that earlier, and what happened with Jimmy Johnson left the team, never won another Super Bowl. He's a billionaire, and he's going to lose his audience being stubborn.
Right. They
well,
won one
one
Super Bowl. One
Yeah,
with
Jimmy
Barry
Johnson
Switzer.
only won 2. Barry Switzer won the other one.
Barry Switzer won.
But to me, that still was I keep going
Right.
back
It's
to
still
that
Jerry
Jimmy
Jones.
Johnson.
Yeah, it's still Jimmy Johnson's team. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
But Jerry Jones said, I put that team together.
Right. And,
Well,
and let me tell you, and you know what that situation reminds me of now? The
Yeah.
situation that Alabama's in. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Everybody said Alabama. It really wasn't Nick Saban as the coach of Alabama that was doing Alabama. It was all about what Alabama brings to the table. Nick Saban is gone, and Alabama looked like shit against Florida State last night.
Okay.
Where this dude is, and if this coach ain't on a hot seat of Alabama, there's a problem. Because with the record he did last year, and then get stomped by Florida State this year, oh my God, he needs to be with Alabama and they're recruiting their fan base and all that. Man, he almost gone.
Man coming in hot. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, college football yesterday was great.
It was.
And the NFL should continue doing what they're doing. Let college football play on that first week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Let them have this Labor Day weekend, and we start the next day. Because this is when you got number 1 playing number 3, when you got number 5 playing number 7. That breaks it down. That makes people want to watch.
Yeah.
But look, that's good for the fans, but I just didn't think it was good for that kid Arch Manning, though.
Hey,
Not out the gate.
Listen, when they set up that schedule, Archie Manning knew in the summertime what he was going to do.
That's what Jim said. Jim said he made that decision to go there.
He made that decision. He knew where he was going. He knew he was going. Yeah. He knew he was going in Ohio. He knew he was going to have 115,000. What they call the Ohio fans over there, whatever they call it, but there's 115,000 of them rooting for him. And if you can't stand the pressure, don't add my name to the Heisman list. Let me play, and see that's where I think what happened when the media said his Heisman. He was the Heisman front runner. He's the number 1 pick next year. Next year the NFL draft and everything like that. Put too much pressure on the kid. Let him play to that. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, he only started 2 games last year, and one of them he lost to Ohio.
Well, it's only putting pressure on him if he buying into that. If he come from the lineage he come from, Archie Manning, Peyton Manning, Eli, and now him, he should have a mindset that he's not getting caught up in that narrative, especially when they have to set the odds for future bets and stuff like that. So a lot of that conversation is about betting. He's the favorite to win the Heisman. It's for betting. You know what I mean?
Listen.
So Arch Manning should have a greater mindset than to get caught up and feel like he's got to prove that narrative right. He should just be focusing on football and playing good.
Did anybody watch that first half of that game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see the montage that they had on Archie Manning in the first quarter?
Yeah.
How they showed his father walking with him, showing his 2 brothers doing their thing, showing how he coming in. He's sitting in the locker room talking. I have a lot to live up to, and I can get it. That's pressure that doesn't need to be put on.
Well, he's talking about his family name, but I'm just saying, at the same token, he should know that media fanfare, that just comes with it. He shouldn't be getting caught up in that.
Right, but we're talking about a young kid, though. We're talking about somebody that might not be mentally ready to handle that big time stage that's coming along. Because let's be honest, the Manning gets the talent there, and we know what the Mannings bring for talent wise. Okay, we know what the Manning camp does for quarterbacks. If you're a high school quarterback or you're a middle school quarterback, you go into the Manning camp if you want to go to the next level at a high pace.
They go to that Manning camp.
Right? You go into the Manning camp. But what we don't understand is mentally, how is Archie doing with the publicity he's getting? Because yesterday he couldn't get his head in the game.
It's sink or swim. It's sink or swim. And then this is the big time. He knew what he was signing up for, and his back's against the wall. I'm not saying he's gonna overcome, or I'm not saying he's gonna sink. But that's the nature of the beast.
Now watch that kid.
He knows exactly what he signed up for, and he knows exactly what he's got to do.
I think
y'all watch that kid. Watch that kid.
Listen, I'm not saying he's not going to be good. That's not my narrative. I'm not saying he's not going to be good. What I'm saying to everybody is this: is when the media put pressure on someone to be good, or saying someone's already there, that changes a person's mindset. Because just like Shador,
depends on the person.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to say. We don't know mentally how he can handle it. Just like we didn't know mentally how Shador would handle it. You know what I'm saying? The media went at Shador either he was good or he was bad. That's how the media went at Shador. Everybody was loving Shador. He was this, he was that. And then, like you said, he had a couple bad games, and now he goes from Heisman Trophy, contender to 5th round draft pick. But we're talking mental state. I'm talking mental state of Archie, because he did not look like he could handle the pressure yesterday. Yeah. Now Ohio was playing him good. They were playing him good now. But if you looked into Archie's eyes, it looked like he couldn't really read what was going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask y'all this then. So, but because he's coming from that lineage that he's coming from and what he's going through, he has something that he can draw from. You know what I mean? So, like, do y'all think that's going to play a role in his development?
Yeah. I also think the game is going to slow down.
Yeah.
The game's going to slow down.
Yeah. I think I really think, and this is what Archie Manning he will be a good quarterback. I think the problem is that Texas threw him into the frying pan and forgot fire burns. Okay. Like all these, they got some schools that they start off with slower, games to get their people ready for the big boy games.
That's what I said.
Threw Archie Manning into a frying pan with the team that beat him last year.
Absolutely.
Okay. And forgot that fire burns.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I can't believe though that they expected to beat them. I can't believe they expected to beat Ohio State.
Why do you schedule Ohio State at Ohio State in the first game of the season?
Big risk, big reward.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. That's why.
That's why they did
national championship aspirations. That's why.
And then I'm gonna tell you what also it does for them. And this is the one reason that Texas is smart. Because you lose a big game like this in the early part of the year, you can physically play yourself back into the race to get into the playoffs.
Okay.
Because it's game 1. So you can physically play yourself back in. Okay. Now, if they'd have lost this game in like week 7 or week 8, it may be harder for them to play themselves back into contentionship to get into the playoffs. Yeah. So that's one reason that if I'm Texas, I say, okay, Ohio State, we're going to play you number 1. Because if we lose, we can still play ourselves back in. Because, that happened to a lot of teams last year. They lose that one big game early, and they played Ohio State, prime example. Remember, they lost early last year. They played themselves right back in to be national champions.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let me read this. Because Tom must have on a wife beater too. Because Tom said, man, he said, how can you say he's going to be a good quarterback after what he did in the Ohio State game? Vikings said that he's the best family. He came into let's see how Archie handles that.
Right.
So,
and Tom is right.
I mean, like man said, I just think that he had a time, you know what I mean? Like it was a rough start. I think he got time to turn it around, though. I don't think like this one game is going to define him. That's why I said that time.
Yeah. Well, I got to admit.
But he's going to wear this for a while.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. He definitely,
And as well as he should. Yeah. As well as he should, because that was a bad performance.
Yeah.
He actually performed better last year against Ohio State than he did this year. So, like I said, I'm on my wife beater thing because I'm divorced the Cowboys, so now I'm hood riding. So I'm divorcing them the Cowboys, and then yesterday was a great day. This whole weekend is a great day for college football. So if you're not, I'm looking forward to Notre Dame. Miami next.
That's what I want to see. Notre Dame. I want to see them.
Yeah.
And then and the thing that just surprising me is I found out that North Carolina and Bill Belichick is playing Monday night.
Ooh.
Who they playing?
I'm not sure. At TCU.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're playing TCU.
Okay.
But how do you hey, the NCAA is trying to set it up. I tell you this, they're trying to set it up.
Yeah, that's good. That's good scheduling. It's good football. Also think a lot too was Ohio State did a good job of stopping Texas running game a little bit. The dude got 80 yards, but he didn't get a lot of carries. I think if you get more out the running game and you get a little balance, you don't have Arch throwing 30 times. Stuff like that can help too. So maybe that was the mindset.
So let me ask you a question then, Clay. When you say that, do you think Ohio State game plan for the pass, or you think the game plan for the run?
I think Ohio State came in to stop the run. I think every team comes in to stop the run, make a team one-dimensional, then you can pin your ears back and throw the quarterback different blitzes, different exotic looks, stuff like that. I think every team comes in with that mindset, stop the run.
So then that means that that's the concept of them to stop the run. That makes Archie look even worse. Because
no, it don't. Every team does that.
Yeah, no, every team doesn't do that. Because every team's strength isn't the run. Every team's strength isn't the run.
Listen, if you come in and your strength is pass and you already one-dimensional pass, that's different. I'm coming in with blitz packages that confuse you. But for the most part, if you listen to any D coordinator over any program, the very first thing he wants to do is stop the run.
Absolutely not. I'm pushing you back on that. Every defensive coordinator wants to stop his team's strength. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you really think when the teams were playing Tom Brady, they went in and said, "Yo, we're gonna stop the running back"? No, their whole thing is we're gonna stop Tom Brady from passing.
Okay,
it all depends on the strength of the team. It ain't got nothing to do with running or passing.
Well, let me ask you this, because I'm saying, all right, so if you building a team, you don't have any competitors, any game schedule. So what are you going to build your team on? What's the first thing you're going to build your team? What y'all going to try to, is it going to be in the trenches, or you going to or make you strong on the outside, with your
it depends on, okay, let's put a prime example. The Ravens, okay? Mm-hmm. The Ravens went out and built their secondary up because they know this is a pass heavy league. Okay? The Ravens don't really have a real pass rusher. But they got defensive backs that can hang on to these guys for 4 to 5 seconds.
But what's the Ravens' number one thing they do? But first and foremost, stop the run. That's the Ravens' MO.
Do you watch the Ravens last year?
I know the Ravens' MO. It's to stop the run. That's always the sentiment. Now they got guys in the back and stuff, but their first goal is to make you one-dimensional, and then they let them linebackers and them D-backs hunt. I'm telling you, because the Ravens don't have a pass rusher. The Ravens don't have a pass rusher, so they stop the run, make you one-dimensional, and throw exotic blitzes at you. I'm telling you.
No. That's why they wouldn't pick up all the D-backs.
I'm telling you.
That's because they were getting fried.
They bring in D-backs that's hybrids that can blitz and run, stop, and cover. They get a hybrid kind of D-back.
You're not saying anything with that. Everybody does that. If you can find somebody that's hybrid like that, you get them. Everybody does that. But the Ravens were getting torched and passing in the beginning of the year. That's why they were losing. So what they do, they go out and go get all these D-backs that can cover people now. Because why? Because they know they don't have a pass rush.
Listen, all I'm gonna say to you is that the Ravens way, it's been the Ravens way, and even now with this with Lamar era and everything, that the number one goal, and it will always be the number one goal of the Baltimore Ravens, is stop the run first.
Okay, and let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Has Lamar went to a Super Bowl? So how's that working out for them? How is that working out for them?
Listen, I'm not talking. I'm just telling you what their objective is.
And what I'm telling you is, how is that working out for them?
2 years ago, when they had the dude that's coaching Seattle now, what's his name? He was the coordinator here. Then he went to Seattle.
Okay.
They had the number one defense in the league. right?
Okay.
They didn't win a Super Bowl, but they had some unprecedented defense, and that defense,
Listen, unprecedented don't mean
got them
anything
the
if you
best
don't
record
win
they
it.
ever had. And I'm just
Man.
saying to you,
When you lose to KC, you can have the best defense in all of football at all time, and you go and lose to KC, it means nothing. You know what I'm saying?
we're not talking about what it means.
Henry,
I'm just saying, I'm just talking to you what a defense, the most defense's number one objective is to stop the run. Now the results are the results.
No, the number one objective isn't to stop the run, it's to stop you from scoring.
Hey,
so
man,
if you're passing or running, it doesn't
man, hold on, man, hold on. We just offered you to be able to get on the Ravens bandwagon. Then you're going to insult the Ravens.
Listen. Oh, listen. I'm talking about what the Ravens.
Cowboy fan now.
No, we're talking about the Ravens' strength.
Yeah.
And the Ravens right now, their strength is their secondary and their defense. That's their strength. Let's be honest. They built it that way.
That was the shortest first date I've ever seen.
I know, man. Yeah. Yeah, I got man going back to the Cowboys. The Ravens probably was just a rebound thing for him, Jack.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that was just he going back to the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a rebound thing for him. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
My battery dropping, fellas.
Yeah. I'm great. I'm great. Get off here too. Man, this was funny, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody. Time, Retro. Who else we had? We had a few other people in here. DVD. Somebody named DVD. Where you from? DVD. But yeah, man.
And Wasabi.
Oh yeah, Wasabi. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. You guys killing them out. You still work, Jim?
What's that?
Do you still work?
Yeah.
You got them all off?
Yep.
All right, enjoy your day off, man.
Yeah,
brother.
Mike, you taking them all off?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Enjoy your day off. Enjoy your day off.
Appreciate it, man. Enjoy your days too.
I
man.
just, every day,
Yeah.
So, we don't have to. Appreciate it though.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Listen, I haven't found a bad day. You can't show me one bad day at this point.
Yeah. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Enjoy your day, Retro. Time.
Yeah.
Wasabi. Yeah, man. Everybody make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all again next weekend.
Mm-hmm. But damn man, I love it.
Yeah. All right.